Welcome to the M1 Update with Natalie Mulkey and Giancarlo Pasco.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to M1 Update. I'm Carlo Pasco.
And I'm Natalie Mulkey.
The first day of spring was March 20th this year, to which Boston replied, "Think again, bitch."
BU recently announced it would cut ties with Google's calendar reminder service, citing unreliable updates. Instead, BUSM will be implementing its own system, FISA.
Thrillist.com ranked Boston the third most expensive city to live in America. In an effort to reduce the cost of living, some students next year will room together and split the cost of living inside the 40,000 Amazon Fresh boxes in the MSR.
Speaking of reminders, your EPH project is due tomorrow, so start making things up now?
In local news, after a months-long investigation, one MSR resident discovered that the package that they thought was missing was inside them all along.
Dr. Hoyt announced his retirement this past fall. Students honored his legacy with a 21-gun salute.
This just in, new time slots for pro sector reviews they're filled.
Due to a huge outpouring of affection for the famous Chalk Talks, faculty will be instituting other similar lecture styles, including Scribbles and Whispers and the fun of invisible ink. Facebook announced the best times to post in order to get maximum views are between the hours of every histology discussion ever.
In more histology news, tensions between Group A and Group B have finally come to a standstill, as most students report, quote, "Just go to the later one."
A report from the OSA last week commended the Wellness Initiative for its innovative Doggos and Donuts campaign. The OSA has decided to expand this campaign next year to include lollipops and leeches, pixie sticks and needle pricks, and getting down with Kevin Dow.
In an effort to increase student engagement, the OSA has innovatively added an unprecedented 15th Keurig machine outside their office, saying, quote, "I really don't know what else we could be doing."
BU Giving Day was on April 11th, with most students giving 0 fucks.
This just in, new time slots for trauma shadowing, they are also filled.
The Alumni Association again provided breakfast for test-taking preclinical students this year. Based on student feedback, prior to next year's neuro exam, they will indeed buy us dinner first.
Interviews for the 7-year medical program took place this spring. Applicants were asked to answer questions such as, why medicine? Why our school? And who's a cute little baby?
A source revealed that the disciplinary board is hearing the case of a student accused of taking screenshots of Dr. Benigio's renal exam. The source has also leaked the image in question.
In response to pushback about the $60,000 cost to rent out the Skywalk Observatory, SCOMSA announced that next year's formal will be held at Checkers. A gleeful Manny was seen counting $59,999.
Last month, SCOMSA held elections to select members that would represent us for the next 3 years. It's not a popularity contest, insisted winners of the popularity contest.
SCOMSA MD PhD representative Sean Corcoran won his seat after running unopposed. Said Corcoran, "It's a great day for American democracy."
Allegations of fiduciary irresponsibility rocked the SCOMSA elections, with some citing the $60,000 price tag of MedFormal. In an effort to align more with student needs, next year that money will instead be allocated to ski trip insurance.
This just in, spots for the EPH SAC are still open. Yep. Still open.
Price tag aside, MedFormal was held at the Prudential Center this past spring to great success. Less successful was the group of drunken med students who mistook the LL Bean kiosk for the photo booth.
Yeah. If you want to be on EPH, open.
The new student lounge in the A building was recently named the Frank and Theodora Miselis Lounge. In a surprise upset, the administration did not move forward with the winner of the popular vote, the F Shack.
SCOMSA issued an apology last week when the official minutes sent to the student body documented frustration with the registrar and the fact that student enthusiasm is, quote, apathetic. To which the student body responded, meh. I actually feel like the apology definitely drew more attention to this. Students take reading SCOMSA minutes less seriously than they take writing 350-word reflections on gas laws.
A group of prospective students went missing on a tour during the Second Look weekend. They were found hours later when the elevator they were in finally made it down from the 14th floor. It wasn't stuck, it was just that slow.
Alright, that joke was admittedly, it was alright. But what makes it actually hilarious is that it was written like a month before Second Look. And then it happened, and in a much worse way. A tour group got stuck in the A building elevator for 30 minutes. I feel bad for the prospective students who are either A, definitely not coming here, or B, about to get a fatty merit scholarship. But honestly, I think this is probably the most realistic thing that could have happened to them. Facilities requests get ignored like I ignore HealthStream alert emails. Oh, they stopped emailing me. Everything must have fixed itself.
Second Look weekend rolled on despite the elevator mishap. Many prospective students took to the 14th floor activities fair to catch a glimpse of the many student groups we have on campus. Some student groups, however, were not present. Here to comment is the lawyer for student groups that were denied SCOMSA funding.
Your Honor, my clients were framed.
First of all, I am not a judge. This is not a courtroom. Second, why do you think your clients were denied SCOMSA funding?
They are not on trial here.
Exactly, because again, this is not a courtroom.
My clients were wrongfully and unjustly defrauded of thousands of dollars by the government.
That sounds like a wild conspiracy theory.
The student government, SCOMSA.
That sounds more believable. What happened?
Your Honor, let me paint you a picture.
Not a judge.
Imagine you're a down-on-your-luck Wellnuts initiative, and you just want to host some lunch talks to attract new members, or find a new weed hookup. You get the bright idea of applying for SCOMSA funding. You learn all about the process of making a student group, which is not easy, by the way. You submit your application, and then you wait, sometimes for weeks.
That seems reasonable.
Oh, does it, Your Honor? Does it? Does it seem reasonable to be promised said funding, only to have it be rescinded upon further auditing? My clients were devastated when they found out that they didn't get SCOMSA funding. Now, how are they going to make connections in the cutthroat world of surgery?
That actually does sound a little sketchy. Tell you what, tell us more about this surgery group. The least we could do is let the people at home hear about it.
Like I said, all they wanted to do was be surgeons.
Uh-huh.
Make connections.
Right.
And cut people's throats open.
That doesn't sound...
Socially irresponsible surgery.
Well, that actually sounds terrible. I might be on SCOMSA's side on this one. The mission sounds like it's in poor taste.
Oh, you're on their side. Judging by the name alone. I know you're a judge, but do you have to be so judgy?
Still not a judge.
All right, your judginess. What about another one of my clients, the underside of the bed?
Did you say under?
Yes, the underside of the bed. Students hide under the beds of geriatric patients and scare them on their way back from the bathroom.
That's horrible.
Like so many of my clients are suffering, let's not forget Fart Space, Creative Fart Society, and Healers Fart.
Those are just real groups with the name Fart.
A new a cappella group, Sphincter Tones.
Poop joke. Nice.
And last but not least, I have with me here today a heartbreaking testimonial from a member of the BU Dermatological Surgery and Medicine. Do you mind if I bring him out?
I actually don't see how that wouldn't get funding. Okay, yeah, bring him out.
I present to you the president of BDSM.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Skin cancer and melanoma is the real S&M.
Lawyer for student groups that were denied SCOMSA funding, you have to understand why these student groups were denied SCOMSA funding. It's not a good look for the school. In fact, Gimpy over there is making some very lewd gestures, and it's making me extremely uncomfortable.
Are you discriminating against my client for their chosen method of sexual expression?
No, I'm just saying it's incredibly unprofessional.
Unprofessional? Yikes. You're on your own, kid. Unprofessionalism is the kiss of death for any lawyer. I'll tell you what. You don't tell a peep of this to the world, and I'll pay you $130,000.
Deal. For M1 Update, I'm Natalie Mulkey.
And I'm Carlo Pasco. Good night.
Good night.